Hi, welcome to Inside Gwinnett's On the Line interviews, giving you lifestyle stories of the people, places, and events that make our community a great place to live, work, and play. Ever heard of the Atlanta Korean-Japanese Baseball League? Well, the league got its start right here in Gwinnett County, Pinckneyville Park in Norcross, Georgia. In Inside Gwinnett Magazine's May 2018 print edition, we covered the league, its origin, and founder. Our very own publisher and managing partner of Hoso Media, at Demetrius Jordan, interviewed Jeff Chang, the league's founder and commissioner, and Sean Kim, vice president of the league. Listen to the entire unedited interview interpreted from English to Korean. Got a story you think our subscribers and followers would be interested in? Let us know about it. Connect with Inside Gwinnett by visiting our website at insidegwinnett.com. Email us at editor@insidegwinnett.com or follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. Stay tuned till the end of the interview. We have an exclusive special announcement that you won't want to miss. And now, on to the interview.
Hello, it's Demetrius Jordan.
Hey, Demetrius, it's Sean.
Hey, Sean, how are you?
Good, how you doing, man?
Good.
So, I got Jeff here on the call with us.
Okay, great. Hey, Jeff.
형, 들리세요?
Hey. Hello, Jeff.
Hello, Demetrius, how are you?
I'm fine. And yourself?
Yeah, nice to meet you.
Yeah. Very nice to meet you. We don't need Sean. Your English is very good.
All right, I'm going to drop out of call then.
No. Hey, Jeff, thanks so much for taking time out. I did speak to Sean a little bit earlier, so hopefully this will be nice and easy for you. And but we're really excited to share with our readers and the community about the Atlanta Korean and Japanese Baseball League.
형, 대충 알아들으셨어요? Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
He's very excited.
Very good.
So Jeff is our commissioner, and I guess you can put me down as vice president.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, let's just start off. Tell me what is and I have the name correct. It's the Atlanta Korean Japanese Baseball League. Is that correct?
Yes, correct. That is correct.
Okay. Mm-hmm. And what is it?
AKJBL이 그냥 대충 뭔지 좀 설명을 해주시겠어요?
일단은 우리 리그가 처음 2003년도에 2003에 처음 이제 그 타이거즈란 팀을 시작으로 그 팀을 처음 만들었고 그때 당시에 이제 일본 애들도 한 팀, 우리도 한 팀, 이렇게 한 팀씩이 연습 경기 형식으로 갔다가
두 팀이요?
두 팀이 연습 경기만 하다가 그게 이제 발전이 돼가지고 나중에는 2007년도에 우리가 정식으로 리그를 이제 AKJBL이라는 명칭을 써갖고 공식으로 이제 오픈을 했고 그 다음에 이제 처음에 오픈할 때는 6개 팀.
오케이, 거기까지만 제가 일단 번역할게요.
오케이.
Hey, Demetrius, so
Okay.
I'm just going to kind of translate in parts so I don't forget everything.
Sure.
So basically, the league started in 2003 as, so basically in the beginning, they just had one team called the Tigers and one other team, which was the Japanese team. And it started out as just like two teams kind of just, practicing against each other, basically, until 2007 when they actually formed the official league with 6 teams.
Okay. And can you say more about the origin? Like who was involved with the start? I mean, it's, so
Sure.
I kind of imagine that, maybe there's this Korean guy and this Japanese guy here in Atlanta, and they get together and say, "Hey, let's play baseball." But I'm sure there's more to it than that.
Okay. 처음에 그러니까 2003년도에 그런 연습 경기도 시작을 할 때 이제 그게 어떻게 해서 그렇게 시작이 됐는지 좀 더 구체적으로 설명을 해주시겠어요?
처음에 우리가 핑크니들 팍이라고 있어. 저쪽에 여기 가까운데 어디요? 핑크니들 팍.
네.
거기서 연습하고 있는 일본 팀을 발견해갖고 형이 그러면 나도 너무 야구를 하고 싶어갖고 우리 그러면 팀을 하나 내가 한번 만들어갖고 오면은 게임 해줄 수 있냐라고 물어봐가지고 그렇게 인연이 돼가지고 이제 우리가 그때 당시 커뮤니티 다음 카페라는 커뮤니티를 통해갖고 썸 커뮤니티를 통해가지고 야구를 하고 싶은 사람들을 모집을 했더니 그때 당시 한 18명 정도 모았어 형이.
네, 한국 사람으로.
한국 사람으로 그 사람들하고 이제 처음에 일본 팀하고 이제 처음에 그렇게 해갖고 이제 게임을 갖게 됐지. 피크니들 팍이라는 데서.
핑크니들 파크?
핑크니들 팍.
Picnickville.
네. Picnickville. Okay, so Jeff saw like a bunch of Japanese guys practicing at the Picnickville Park one day in 2003, and because he wanted to play baseball so much, like he basically just went up to them and asked them, like, if I come with a team, would you guys like to scrimmage against us? So Jeff went to it's basically like a Korean website. It's like a blog, but it's called down.net, DAUM, as in mother.net.
Okay.
And he basically gathered about 18 Koreans, from around Atlanta that wanted to play. So that's how basically the league got started.
Oh, wow. Does he remember the primary Japanese guy, or who did he talk to specifically to coordinate?
형이 처음에 만났던 일본 애들이 기억나세요? 이름이랑
많이 기억나지.
네, 이름 혹시 기억나세요?
신탄이라는 사람이 있었고, 신탄이 SANTANI 신탄이.
네.
그 다음에 아야베.
스펠링이
AYABE.
Okay.
그 다음에 쿠라모토는 알지? KURAMOTO.
그 사람들 아직도 뛰고 있어요, 혹시?
그 다음에 아키상, AKI. 네. 근데 일본 문화에서 우리가 뒤에다 SAN을 붙여줘갖고 이렇게 존칭을 이렇게 표현한다는 그런 거 있잖아. 아무튼 지금 형이 얘기해준 사람 외에도 되게 많은 그때 당시에 뛰던 사람이 이제 일본으로 가고 다시 오고 또 다시 가고 뭐 이런 게 많잖아. 일본 사람들이 주재원들이 많으니까. 근데 지금도 뛰고 있는 사람이 한 4명 정도 있어. 쇼지상도 알잖아. 쇼지상도 하나 추가해. SHOJI. 걔네들 나가면 좋아하겠다. 이름 나가면.
So basically, Jeff, mentioned some names of the people that he originally met at that Picnickville Park. I can't remember, like Kuramoto, Abe.
Right, Ayabe.
Yeah. Yeah. So, and, like Japanese people, you put like san at the end of the name to be kind of respectful.
Right.
Like SAN. But, Yeah, so basically, like, he met up with those people, but he says that, the Japanese people, like, because of their jobs, like, some of them go and some of them come back,
Right.
But he says that currently the name of the Japanese team right now is the Crows.
Okay.
And he says that there's still about 4 people who are still playing in the league.
Oh, wow. From 2003 or 2007?
3, yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, I do know the Japanese community. They're pretty transient. They come here for their job for a short period of time and then they go back.
Yeah.
Okay. And just curious, are these teams, are they just a group of individuals, say, like socially friends, or are any of these, say, like a company team?
Sure. 그러니까 이 팀원들이요, 형, 주로 그냥 친구들끼리 하는 건지 아니면 뭐 회사에서 같이 일하는 사람들끼리 하는 건지 그걸 물어보는데요.
지금은 이게 너도 알다시피 어떤 회사나 무슨 친구나 이런 거라기보다는 그냥 팀의 감독들이 이렇게 코리안 커뮤니티 그런 그 블로그나 뭐 웹사이트를 통해서 선수를 모집한 다음에 그 모집한 데는 이렇게 팀을 이렇게 빌드업해가는 거지. 그래갖고 지금까지 그런 현상들이 계속 쭉 이어져 오다 보니까 정말 좋은 단단한 팀들이 이제 생겨나고 또 그렇게 되는 거죠. 그 팀이 이제 리그가 이제 이렇게 모양새가 갖춰지는 거지. 점점 더 스트롱해지는 거지. 네. 그러니까 친구들이 몇 명 뛰는 거는 있을 수 있는데 그렇다고 해서 전부 다 친구인 팀이 있거나 회사 팀은 아니지만 이런 식으로 블로그나 웹사이트를 통해서 선수를 모집해서 이제 시간이 가면서 이 AKBL이 되게 이렇게 좀 쌓여져 있고 오거니제이션이 이렇게 좀 이렇게 잘 잡혀져 있다 이렇게 얘기를 해야겠죠.
So Demetrius, I can kind of like speak for myself on this one too because I'm the manager of the Blue Jays.
Okay.
But yeah, so mostly like rather than let's say like coworkers or like people who work together, because honestly it's not easy to find people who can commit to like playing baseball, for 30 games a year.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it's a pretty long commitment. So what usually happens is it's a combination of like friends, but also like just people who want to play baseball. So like usually it's up to the managers to, either reach out to like people in the Korean community through blogs or whatnot, or like just by word, like a friend of a friend.
Sure.
To like gather people, and some people come and go, but other people, like myself, I told you, like I've been playing for 5 years now.
Right.
Like there's other people who have been playing, since the beginning because they just love playing baseball. So it's mostly like a combination of, friends and people who have become friends playing together that just, stick around. Yeah, it's mostly like that.
Okay. And so let's see here. So the league has been around now for 5 years, 6, I guess actually. Where do you?
Well, it's been around since 2007.
Oh, 2000. Oh, I'm sorry. That's right. It's right. 2007. Yeah. That's right. So there's 6 teams. I'm sorry.
It's 11 years. Yep.
Wow. So where do you see it going? Where do you hope? Where do you want it to go, Jeff?
형, 그러니까 앞으로 AKBL이 어떻게 발전했으면 원하세요?
지금 이게 경기를 우리가 8개 팀을 만들어가지고 게임을 한 3년 정도 했었어. 그잖아.
네.
2010년부터 13년까지는 8개 팀이었거든.
네.
근데 그 8개 팀을 다시, 지금 6개 팀이지만 다시 8개 팀을 만들어가지고, 정말로, 이 리그가 좀 더 조금 더 짜임새 있고 여기 이제 아틀란타가 뭐 우리 기자 양반도 알다시피 뭐 집값도 타주에 비해서 싸고 정말 많은 이민자들이 여기에 지금 유입되고 있고 뭐 그게 이제 뭐 한국 사람은 물론 여러 이제 그 각국에서 이제 많이 살기 좋은 동네들이 있다 보니까 여기 많은 사람들이 유입되고 있어가지고 거기에 맞춰갖고 야구 하러 오는 사람들도 앞으로 많을 거라도 이제 예상이 되는 거지. 그래서 뭐 8개 팀 또는 나아가서 10개 팀까지는 목표를 잡고 일단 8개 팀부터 세레을 하는 걸 목표로 잡고 더 나아가서는 10개 팀이 리그를 이제 돌리는 그런 방향으로 한번 만들어보고 싶은 게 이제 꿈이다 이거지. 그리고 지금 여기 이민자들이 우리 코리안들이 너무 일과 이렇게 이런 거에 씨름하다 보면 정말 일요일 하루 탁지 야구하는 날 너무너무 모든 회원들이 기다리고 있고 근데 그런 기쁨을 진짜 많은 사람들이 같이 이렇게 누렸으면 좋겠다고 하는
So from 2010 to 2013 we had 8 teams in the league.
Okay.
But for various reasons, it's like I said, it's hard to make people commit and people leaving. But now it's down to 6.
Okay.
So the immediate Jeff's goal for the immediate future is to try and get back to 8 teams.
Okay.
But maybe after that, we could even expand to 10 teams. So Jeff's whole thing is because Atlanta, the living cost is very affordable, and there's a lot of immigrants here, basically, and a lot of them want to play baseball.
Mm-hmm.
I know for a fact that the people who play right now are very committed to playing baseball, and we all have a chat room together, and everybody just looks forward to Sundays because they just want to play baseball. We have people, there's a lot of people who work down in the Grange.
Oh, wow.
Because of the, the Hyundai and the Kia plants, the vehicle plants. So there's a lot of Koreans that work there, and they'll drive up an hour and a half on Sundays just to play baseball. So he just wants to have a stable league where he can provide a place for people to play, basically.
Wow.
So, so the immediate goal is to expand back to 8 teams, and then after that, if it's possible, expand even up to 10.
Wow. That's amazing. And I can hear you. I can hear that it's, again, really exciting for the players who do play and commit. But so 2 questions. One for you, Sean. How did you get connected and involved? And then the second question for Jeff is why, why does he do this? It takes a lot of time and effort and but why?
Sure. So to answer the first part of the question, I had a friend that played in this league for a very long time, and so I got kind of in through him. He kind of convinced me to play, and I've never played baseball in my life. I never played in high school or middle school or anything. So no. So I just started it as a hobby, just something to do on Sundays, and eventually I got into the league, and it gets competitive, and it's fun. It's just time to spend with your friends, just to do something on weekends, and it's all great people who love baseball. So that's how I got sucked in. And 기진이 형에게 얘가 물어보는 게 이 리그를 운영하는 게 되게 힘들고 솔직히 노력이 많이 필요한데 형은 왜 하시냐 이걸.
일단은 첫 번째는 내가 야구를 너무 좋아하기 때문에 이거를 이 리그를 운영을 안 하면은 내가 야구를 못하게 되니까 물론 뭐 미국 리그도 지금 뛰고 있는 리그는 있지만 그걸로는 날이 너프한다는 거지.
네네. 네.
그리고 우리 코리안들도 이제 우리 모은 그런 어떤 우리만의 또 리그가 있으면 그것도 또 이 한국 사회에서 조금 좋을 거고. 네. 그다음에 두 번째 뭐 너도 알다시피 뭐 형이 뭐 진짜 뭐 플로리다나 뭐 저기 뭐 그런 뭐 저 라스베가스나 이런 전주 후에는 뭐 거기 쫓아다니고 뭐 이런 거 뭐 진짜 뭐 거의 한 600개씩 막 받아가지고 이런 거 리그에서 우리가 지금 되게 호화롭게 쓰고 있잖아. 그런 것도 그런 거라든지 무슨 뭐 상품 뭐 글러브라든지 뭐 배팅 장갑 이런 거 뭐 퀴즈나 뭐 이런 거 저런 걸 통해 가지고 회원들한테 다시 이렇게 나눠주는 그 기쁨이 물론 내가 받는 거만큼도 되게 받는 것도 좋지만 주는 것도 정말 기쁘다는 걸 내가 실감하고 있다고 느끼고 있다고. 네네. 이런 게 여러 사람들이 또 뭐 진짜 우리 리그에서만큼 복지라 그러잖아. 어떤 리그에서도 할 수 없는 거를 한번 해보고 싶게 이게 노력한다고 그러죠. 이게 정말 우리 리그에 들어와서 야구를 하는 사람들은 정말 재미있고 좋은 시스템 안에서 정말 즐겁게 야구를 할 수 있고 좋은 퀄리티로 야구를 할 수 있게끔 해주고 싶고 그게 내 꿈이고 내 저거라고 골이라고 얘기를 해주니까 할 것 같아요.
네. So the first reason why Jeff does this is because he just loves baseball. That's simply what it comes down to. He also plays in another league called the EMBL League, and that's an American league, but they only play like 15 games a season. So
what is that league? What is that league called?
EMBL. I think it's called East Metro Atlanta Baseball League.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so they only play 15 games, so like, that wasn't enough for him. Oh. And so he basically wanted to, play more baseball and also kind of provide a league for, the Korean immigrants in this community. So, I know personally for a fact, like, he puts a ton of time into this. Like I mentioned before, like, there's 3 games every Sunday, 10:30, 2 o'clock, 5, and every game takes like 3 hours. So, and Jeff is usually like, because he keeps all the scores and stats and everything, but he's usually out there every Sunday for all 3 games.
Oh wow! And you play, Jeff?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, he plays too.
Does it? Oh wow!
Yep. So he even goes as far as to like, so I don't really know how, but he has like hookups with like Korean, like major league players, the KBL players.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he knows quite a few of them. He won't tell me how, but he does. So, like every year, those guys they come to America, to like Florida and Las Vegas for spring training. Mm-hmm. So he will go out there, like with his own money. He will pay with his own money, fly out there, and like he'll just hang out with them, and he'll try to get like things like baseballs, for example, because many people won't realize this, but when you play 30 games and 6 teams play 30 games a year, like you go through a ton of baseball.
Sure.
Like every year I think we spend about $1,500 on baseballs alone.
Wow.
So like this year he went to Vegas in Florida and got like actual KBL, like professional quality baseballs.
Oh wow.
So, that's what we play with, which is pretty fucking awesome.
Wow, that is.
So,
wow.
Yeah, so, like, his main goal is to provide a league where, people can just come, have fun, and play baseball.
Wow. That is amazing. Now, for the players, is there a cost? Are there fees to play?
Yeah, I can answer this. So, hold on. 형, 얘가 선수들이 이제 돈을 내야 하냐고 물어보는데 팀마다 얼마를 내야 되는지 정확히 말을 할까요? 아니면 그냥 있다고만?
얘기해놓고 지금 똑같이 얘기하면 이제 4,500불인데 4,500불을 그 팀별로 나누면 보통 300불에서 350불 정도가 된다 이렇게 얘기하면 되지.
네.
30게임.
Yeah. So the way it works is every team has to pay a certain amount.
Okay.
Which is $4,500.
Gotcha. Okay.
And we have like a ceremony at the end of the year where we give away raffle prizes and we give away awards and stuff. So for that, we charge every team an extra $200.
Okay.
So basically, every team has to come up with $4,700. Now, it all depends on how many people you can, bring to your team. But basically, however many players you have on your team, which most teams have from like 13 to 16 players.
Got it. Okay.
So you basically just divide, 47 by however many players you have, and usually it comes out to around like, 350 per player.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is there a trophy?
Yeah. So we give out tons of trophies. We give out MVPs, Rookie of the Year, Silver Slugger, Cy Young. We give out pretty much all the trophies that MLB gives out, and then we also add more developmental player of the year, comeback player of the year, stuff like that, just so people can feel like they achieved something.
One more thing. 너가 이렇게 말하면 믿지도 않겠지만 우리 그 야구 예방 할 때
네.
60인치 스마트 TV하고
네네.
커피 메이크 이런 거 저런 거 지금 이런 상품들 얘기해주면은 아마 믿지도 않을 거라고 프로덕트를 쓰는 글로벌에서 방망이까지 TV
네.
모니터 삼성 모니터 커브 모니터 아마 그 금액은 다 여기저기서 이제 도네이션으로 받아오는 건데
네.
또 내가 도네이션 하는 것도 있고
네.
믿지도 않을 거라고 이렇게 얘기한 건데 사실대로 얘기해봐.
Yeah. So at the end of the year ceremony, we give away we raffle away prizes, and I know this for sure because 2 years ago I won the TV, but some of the prizes are pretty amazing, man. He gives away bats, coffee makers, 60-inch smart TVs, vacuums,
Right. Wow.
Gift cards to local restaurants, a lot of stuff. All this stuff, he gets donations from people, and
Right.
Jeff obviously donates some of his money to the league as well.
Oh,
So-
that's great. That's great.
Yeah.
Now, but the one big trophy, the championship trophy.
Yes.
Does it have a name? Where is it kept? How is it new every year, or does it just change from hand to hand?
Yeah, so the championship trophy and all the trophies are basically made every year.
플랜드는 똑같다 그래. 플랜드는
네네.
아주 큰 깃발은 우승 깃발이 있는데 그거는
네네.
우승한 팀만 가져갈 수 있다고.
네. So the trophies don't really change hands, but they're just made newly every year.
Okay.
But we do have a championship banner. So the winning team gets to take that, and then you obviously give it to the champions the next year. So we do have one kind of championship banner that gets passed around, but as far as trophies, they're pretty much made every year.
Is there a name for the banner? Any special name, or is it just the championship banner?
Yeah, it's just called the AKJBL championship banner.
Got it.
As far as the trophy, it's just called championship team for
Right. Okay.
whatever year it is. Yeah.
So, right. So, folks are playing. They want to win. How competitive is it? Is the league?
It's pretty competitive. It's really competitive.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, so Jeff was on our team last year, but I don't mean to tout my horn, but we're like the 2-time defending champions.
Oh,
my team,
really?
the Blue Jays. Yeah. So, I mean, I can speak from experience. Like, we play 30 games, and then we have 2 weeks of playoffs.
Mm.
I believe the playoffs start in November. So we have the semis, and then we have the finals. And, everybody wants to win. It gets really competitive.
Oh, I bet. Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, this sounds great. I have just one more on this issue with Jeff in terms of his time commitment. So, Jeff, do you have a family? And if so, if you're married, what does your wife think?
Again, I can just answer this question for him. But
okay.
he has 2 children, a daughter and a son.
Okay.
형, 몇 살들이죠?
올리비아가 11살이고 라이언이 7살이지.
Ryan? 아니면 Brian?
Ryan.
Okay, so his daughter Olivia is 11, and Ryan is 7.
Mm-hmm.
And so his 2 kids and his wife are always at the field with him.
Oh, really?
Yeah, his wife actually helps keep the scores, and because we use an app called Game Changer.
Okay.
It basically allows you to kind of, run the logistics for a league. Like, you can keep track of scores and everything. So we need a person to keep track of stats, like, single errors and all that stuff, like
right.
batting. Because, we have a website where you can see, like, your batting average and team batting average,
right.
and, basically everything. So we use Game Changer for that. So he used to have somebody who was a stat keeper, and he would pay them, about $50 a day or $50 a game, I think.
Mm-hmm.
But currently, I think his wife is doing it.
So Olivia is his daughter, who's 11, and his son is Ryan, who's 7.
Yeah, Ryan, 7. And they're they're always at the field, like riding bicycles around the field as we play. Like,
wow.
They love coming out. They're just out playing in the sun.
What's his wife's name?
형수님 이름이 어떻게 되세요?
Rachel Chang.
Rachel Chang.
Got it. Rachel Chang. Rachel Chang. That's great. So, Jeff, when you're not playing baseball or organizing and preparing for baseball, I'm not sure. What else do you do? Do you have a full-time job? I mean, how do you even manage it? But I'm curious. So what else do you do? What's your what pays the bills?
그러니까 형이 뭐 해먹고 다니세요? 야구 안 하고 야구 준비 안 할 때 뭐 하냐고.
아니 뭐
그냥 제너럴 컨트랙터잖아요. 그렇게 말하면 되지.
그렇지.
그리고 뭐 좀 잘 번다고 말하지.
아니 뭐 그런 얘기는 안 해도 돼.
So Jeff is actually like a general contractor.
Okay.
So that's his full-time job.
Oh, right.
He's not,
Okay.
doing the baseball stuff. Yeah, he makes good money now.
Oh, I'm sure he does. I'm sure he does. That's great. Okay, so he's a general contractor. Does he have well, actually, let me ask. Is that like residential construction, commercial? Is it? Or does he have a name of a business, or is it just just an independent contractor?
주로 레지던셜만 한다 그래.
Yeah. He says that usually he does residential these days.
Gotcha. Okay.
For the most part.
Yeah. Got it. Okay.
He can understand most things. He just has trouble, speaking.
That's okay. I'm gonna ask you the questions, Jeff, and then I'll just listen for the answers from Sean.
All right.
I have a few more, and then I won't keep you too much longer. So Jeff, you mentioned Rachel, your wife, and your kids, Ryan and Olivia. Are there many other fans who come? Like I guess just family members of the players or any other spectators?
이거는 그냥 제가 대답할까요? 구경하러 나오는 사람이 또 주로 누가 있냐고 물어보는데 그냥 그래요. 네. So sometimes wives, girlfriends, friends, significant others, a handful of people will come out to watch you play for each team, I think.
Okay.
But there is one exception.
Oh, okay.
The Japanese team, when they come out, they bring their whole family now.
Really? Really?
Yeah, they have a ton of people come watch.
Oh, that's great. Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, they always have like a ton of people come out and watch them play.
That's great.
But most teams will have about 5 to 6 people, 4 to 5 people come out.
But not the Japanese. They're coming with the family with a bigger group. So but that's great. That's great. Let's see here. Okay, just a few more questions. Let's see here. Hold on just a second. That's good. So yeah, that's so let me ask just a couple more questions. So can any team join, or is it really reserved for players of Korean and Japanese descent, or can anyone bring a team?
그러니까 한국 사람이랑 일본 사람만 할 수 있는 거냐 아니면 아무나 와서 할 수 있냐? 너가 설명해 줘도 되죠. 네, 제가 설명을 할까요? So, I can answer that question for you, and
okay.
It's a little tricky. I don't want to come off the wrong way, so with that in mind. So this is a Korean and Japanese league, right? Mm-hmm. And currently the rule is every team can have one non-Korean.
Ah, okay.
So like our team, we have Matt, he's a really good friend. He's white. So every team can have one non-Korean. But the reason for that is because, as I mentioned, like there's all different levels of skill in this league.
Sure.
So like Jeff doesn't want a situation where like one team comes in with like 10 kids who played in high school who are just like way too good.
Right. Right.
So it's more to keep just like a competitive balance.
Got it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes. Listen, again, I mentioned I'm on a adult kickball team, and you'd be surprised some of the players that are brought in. I think former professional athletes are out there playing kickball. So
yeah, like you can't have like a team full of ringers, like
exactly.
A bunch of high school kids is just like tearing through the league, and nobody's gonna have any fun.
Right, right.
It's competitive, but it's meant for people to have fun. So,
right.
Yeah.
그게 한국의 한국 사람들은 그 야구를 뭐 초중고등학교 때 경험해본 사람들이 많이 없잖아. 다 일반 너 같은 비선출이잖아. 근데 미국 사람들은 거의 대부분이 야구를 하잖아. 그래서 미국 리그는 실력으로 이거 커트를 안 하고 나이로 컷을 한단 말이야. 뭐 18 플러스, 25 플러스, 35 플러스, 45 플러스 이런 식으로.
네,
우리 리그는 그렇게 했다가는 큰일 나. 이게 완전히 완전히 산쪽으로 쏠리기 때문에 우리는 그래서 이제 조금 실력으로 이제 이거를 평가를 해야 되기 때문에 그 대부분의 외국인 선수들이 너무너무 잘하는 그런 슈퍼 플레이어들이잖아, 한마디로.
그렇죠, 그렇죠.
그래서 이제 그런 룰을 도입하게 됐는데 지금 너무 그게 잘 돌아가고 있다고 얘기하면 될 것 같아.
Yeah. So the way Jeff just explained it to me is, most Koreans don't play baseball when they're growing up. So like me, we're just like amateurs,
Right.
But most American people who like baseball, like played baseball in whether high school or college. So for example, if you look at EMBL, the way they do it is they group people by age. So you have like an 18 plus group, you have like a 25 plus group, like a 30 plus group, and whatever. And it makes sense for them because everyone's kind of at the same skill level. But if you were to do that with our league, it would just be like the skill level would be too wide that it just wouldn't make sense. So that's why we have to kind of make limitations based on skill instead of age.
That makes sense. That definitely makes sense.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, at the end of the day, it's not cheap to play in this league. It's like I said, $350, like $400. So, you don't want to be in a situation where like a bunch of old people pay like a lot of money and they never get to see any playing time.
Right.
That kind of thing.
Right. But you're having fun too. It sounds like at the end of the day, you really are just having fun. And
like everybody is competitive, but everybody is like super friendly, and it's a good league.
Okay. Field of Dreams. Where do you guys play now?
We play at Best Friend Park on Jimmy Carter Boulevard.
Okay. All right. Okay. Let's see. Just two more questions, and I'm done.
Okay.
You mentioned before about. Can you just tell me about some of the players on the team? I know I'd asked you, Sean, this question earlier, but Jeff, you can just talk about some of the players to help our readers understand sort of the variety, sort of the diversity of backgrounds. You're a general contractor. You've got a production artist. You've got, what other,
Sure.
kinds of folks are in the league?
네. 그러니까 지금 현재 뛰고 있는 선수들의 뒷 배경에 대해서 좀 물어보는데요. 그러니까 형은 컨트랙터고 저는 CNN에서 일한다고 벌써 말을 했고 또 뭐 어떤 사람들이 있는지
일단 학생들이 여기서 공부하는 학생들이 한 20%.
네.
그 전체 인원을 한 120명 정도로 봤을 때,
네.
물론 뭐 여태까지 거쳐간 선수들 따지면 엄청 많겠지 사람들이. 근데 지금 현재 있는 선수들을 뭐 100명, 120명으로 봤을 때, 한 20% 정도는 학생인 것 같고,
네.
그 다음에 뭐 여기 뭐 조지아텍 교수들도 한 3명 있고, 교수들도 한 3명 있고,
네.
뭐 의사, 뭐 제가 정말 다방면에 있잖아. 뭐 의사도 있고,
사업하는 사람도 있고,
사업하는 사람도 있고, 가게하는 사람도 있고, 그렇지, CPA도 있고, 뭐 웨트라는 사람도 있고, 정말 여러 각색의 다양한 계층의 사람들이 전부 다 와서 하고 있네. 보니까.
Yeah. So right now he says there's about 20% of the league are students, and the rest like really just come from all parts of life. We have a couple people who are professors at Georgia Tech. We have several people that own businesses around the area, like restaurants, used car salesmen. We have CPAs, we have people who work at dental labs. We have all different kinds of people.
Okay. Wow. That's extraordinary. All right, so I'm sorry I lied. Two more questions. My last two. So
Okay.
the and thanks for that. I'm sure I may have missed a question or two. Is there anything in particular you like to that you would want to share with the community about the league?
형이 뭐 특별히 더 얘가 물어본 거 이제 외에 더 하시고 싶은 말씀?
글쎄 아마 뭐 지금 뭐 어느 정도 다 얘기는 했는데 그냥 우리 지금 현재는 6개 팀이지만 정말 이제 사람들이 좀 더 많아질 것 같고 지금 리그 분위기도 좋고 뭐 전체적으로 우리가 지금 시즌을 이렇게 쭉 이끌어 오다 보니까 거기에 대해서 이제 그 정말 여러 사람들이 도와주고 또 지원해주고 또 노력해갖고 이게 뭐 비단 형 혼자만의 그런 형이 제일 오래 있었긴 있었지만 이게 진짜 너도 그렇고 지금 여러 사람들이 이걸 만들어서 정말 형을 도와줬기 때문에 지금의 그래도 조금 이렇게 활성화된 리그가 만들어졌다라고 형은 생각하는데 앞으로도 더 지금보다 더 좋은 리그가 될 것 같고 또 그렇게 이제 되도록 노력을 하고 싶다고 이렇게 얘기합니다.
네. Yes, and Jeff said, for the most part, I think he's, said a lot of things, but he just wants to let it be known that, it's not just him that puts in the effort, in order to maintain a league of this size for this long, it requires a lot of, voluntary effort from a lot of different people. And he basically just wants to kind of, keep it up. And he thinks the league is in a good place right now.
Very good. That's great. That's great. My last question is, do you have any, just one story, just a really good, feel-good story, something about a player or an exciting story about a particular game, anything that comes to mind? I'm just looking for a really good story to tell.
Okay. 마지막 질문인데요. 그냥 진짜 형이 이 리그를 하면서 진짜 인상 깊었던 뭐 스토리, 그러니까 누구 뭐 무슨 뭐 이야기라든지 아니면 뭐 경기 뭐 진짜 그냥 형한테 제일 기억에 남고 인상 깊었던 뭐 한 가지만 얘기해 보라는데요. 그러니까 뭐 어떤 선수한테 있었던 일이라든지.
그게 일단 형이 지금 딱 생각을 하라 그러니까 잘 기억은 안 나는데 뭐 매일매일 경기가 그렇게 재미있고 매일매일 경기가 형한테 정말 익사이팅하고 좋은데 정말 하나 딱 뽑자 그러면 뭐 2년 전인가? 2년 전인가? 2000 그렇지 15이었구나. 그때 정말 맨날 꼴찌만 하던 팀이 정말로 계속 그런 어떤 슈퍼스타를 영입하지 않고 그 팀 리그들을 계속 거쳐 정말 선수들이 연습도 열심히 하고 그렇게 노력하는 과정을 통해서 결승전까지 올라왔잖아. 그 파이리츠가. 그때 준결승 경기를 형이 기록을 했는데 그때 이제 상대가 일본 크로우였는데 그때 정말 이길 수 없을 정도로 전력 차이가 완전히 나는 상황이었었는데 또 불구하고 이제 역전승으로 세미파이널을 이기고 결승에 올라와서 비록 결승전에는 졌지만 그 경기가 정말 인상이 깊게 남았던 게 정말 저런 팀도 정말 슈퍼스타가 하나도 없고 정말 비선출들 전부 다 소속 플레이어가 하나도 없는데도 불구하고 저렇게 팀워크로 저 강한 팀을 이기고 올라오는 걸 봤을 때 그 팀이 강력하는 거를 봤을 때 나도 같이 따라서 감동이 됐다. 뭐 이렇게
there's a team called the Pirates.
Okay.
Who were always like at the bottom of the league. They never really had any like former players or like high school players or anything. They just had a bunch of guys who just liked to play baseball, and they were always at the bottom. But in 2015, through just years of like teamwork and building, they actually made it all the way to the finals.
Oh wow!
Yeah, but Jeff like specifically remembers the semifinals because in that game they went up against the Crows, the Japanese team. And that year the Crows were really good.
Huh.
So it's kind of like, I guess, the Patriots going against the Browns or something.
Right.
Like,
right.
They really had no chance to win. They shouldn't have been there. But somehow they managed to pull through and they beat the Crows and made it to the finals that year.
Oh, wow. That's great.
So, yeah, he said that specific game is like really a lasting memory for him. And it just shows that, you don't really need like great players if you have a great team and you have great team chemistry and, you're just going to keep at it. Anybody can win.
Right. Oh, that is a great story. Huh. The Pirates, huh? Okay. That's a very good story. Very good. Any questions of me, or is there any question I didn't ask that you were looking forward to answer?
형, 이 친구한테 하고 싶은 질문 없으세요?
이런 지금 그넷 저널 잡지를 어떻게 봐야 되는지 우리 기자를 궁금해하는 우리 수많은 회원들이 이건 정말 우리 회원들한테 보여주고 싶다고 이 회원들이 어떻게 하면 그걸 볼 수 있는지.
So he wants to like share this with everybody in the league.
Sure.
So he's asking like how we can get the magazine and when our story will be published.
Sure. So we plan to put it in the May issue. Again, the only potential delay would be if we couldn't get the quality of visuals that we need in time, because we are up against a really tight deadline. But if in event that occurred, then we know that we'd have enough time to actually come out and take some shots of games. And then it might have to run in the June issue. But our goal is to get it in the May issue. Which means that we go to print next week, and the magazines will be available in the first part of May. With that said, we have local distributors. So also, I'm sorry, Sean, did you say you live in Peachtree Corners?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, I'd be surprised because we do deliver quite a bit throughout Peachtree Corners. But with that said, I can make sure that I set aside, a fair number of magazines. And we can certainly just get that to you directly.
So you said you distribute. Like, could we go somewhere and buy it, or where could we go?
Yeah, no. So actually, these are free. So they're free. They're paid for by advertisers. So certainly, if you ever have any ideas of or leads on advertisers, we certainly welcome them. We love to certainly do that. But no, they're free. They're not a subscription. They're actually free. And so we would just pass them on. So there are some Kroger outlets. There's some, again, a lot of times you'll find them in local medical practice, doctor's office.
Gotcha.
Just sort of a wide range, some grocery stores, things like that.
Sure, maybe I could meet up with you one day and, have lunch or something with Jeff. And
absolutely.
Yeah.
In fact, I would absolutely that would I'd even prefer that because I'd certainly love to meet you. And again, if the weather holds out, then we'll probably come out on Sunday.
that'd be awesome.
Yeah,
come on.
Yeah, which would be great.
그러니까 형, 이 잡지가 공짜래요. 이게 광고를 통해서 후원을 하는 거기 때문에 뭐 이렇게 돈 내고 사는 게 아니라서 뭐 크루거 같은 데도 있고 뭐 이런 그러니까 의사 사무실 있잖아요. 닥터즈 오피스. 그런 데도 있고. 근데 얘가 하는 말이 지금 목표는 5월달 이슈에 나가는 건데 만약에 이제 사진을 못 구하면 이게 미뤄지면은 이제 6월달로 나올 건데 이제 얘가 하는 말이 이제 프린트 나오면은 자기가 몇 개 이렇게 챙겨 두겠대요. 그래서 언제 한번 저랑 형이랑 점심 먹으면서 만나서 얘기도 좀 하고 이거 몇 개 저희한테 주겠다고 그러네요. 고맙게. 땡큐지. He says thank you.
Thank you, Demetrius.
Jeff, you've been very kind with your time, and I thank you so much. And it sounds like a really great thing that you do, and I'm sure there are so many others who help and volunteer and give their time, but typically at the center of it all is one person who really inspires everyone else. And so I'm sure everyone is very grateful and thankful for you, and thank you for your time. And likewise, Sean, hey, I really appreciate your willingness to come on and do a little translation for me, and Jeff. And so
Jeff wanted to just add one thing.
Sure.
So starting this year, every year we're gonna do like a charity game. So this year I believe it's going to be on July 1st, but the goal is to get at least like $1,000 from that charity game, and donate it to like local. He says he hasn't really decided on where to donate yet, but
okay,
that's in the plans.
Oh, good. Well, if you ever need any help and thoughts, I used to work for United Way of Greater Atlanta, so we've given tens of millions away to charitable organizations across the region, all kinds. So if you ever need any thoughts on it, although you probably know where you want to go, but if you ever have any thoughts, I'd be more than happy to
sure.
to give some guidance. Yeah,
we'll reach out to you for sure, man.
Absolutely. All right, I got it down. All right. Hey, well, listen, thank you again. Thank you so much for your time, and you have a good night.
Oh, thank you, man. Yeah, thank you for reaching out to us, and
thanks for your time, Demetrius.
You're welcome. You're welcome, Jeff, and thank you. Really appreciate it. I'm sorry, how do I say thank you in Japan? I mean, in Korean?
감사합니다.
Oh gosh, I'm gonna have to learn this.
감사합니다.
감사합니다. All right, 감사합니다.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm sure it was awful. All right, good night. Take care.
It was good. All right, good night, man.
Bye bye.
All right, good night.
Take care.
Thanks for listening to Inside Gwinnett's On the Line interviews. Hope you enjoyed learning about the Atlanta Korean-Japanese Baseball League. Who would have guessed? Got a story you'd like us to cover? Visit us at InsideGwinnett.com and let us know. Interested in getting Inside Gwinnett Magazine delivered to your home, work, or favorite shopping retailer? Let us know at InsideGwinnett.com. At the beginning of this recording, I said we had an exclusive special announcement. Well, here it is. To celebrate Independence Day in July, Hoso Media will launch its newest listening sensation, Flytown. Flytown, spelled with an E, is a podcast series produced by Hoso Media. Each episode will uncover and highlight the backstories of the people, places, and events that made them and their towns cool. Relevant way beyond their small town glory. Recorded on site in local restaurants and pubs, Flytown captures the ambient sounds of town gossip inspired by the true stories few have ever heard. Want more information? Follow our progress on social media at Flytown, spelled with an E. This has been Inside Gwinnett's On the Line Interviews.